Dr. Anita Gorwara from Providence St. John's are still with us in studio. So over the course of the show, we've talked kind of big picture. We've taken it small with hand sanitizer shortages, that kind of thing. But Dr. Gorwara, let's just start with you. Again, take us back to the patient level of what people are coming in and saying to you and what you want them to know.
Well, the likelihood of you getting coronavirus is low. The likelihood of you getting influenza is high. If you would like to prevent yourself from getting any one of those viruses, hand washing is probably the number one way to prevent it. And the second thing is not touching your face. So a lot of people do feel that if they wear a mask and they walk around the neighborhood, they're protecting themselves from picking up anything. That is actually not true. You wear a mask if you are actively sick and have a high fever.
So as not to give it to somebody else.
So not to give it to someone else. But you can't. If you do wear a mask because you think you're protecting yourself from picking up something, you're more likely to constantly readjust your mask on your face.
So you're touching your face.
So
even
you're
more.
touching your face more, and you're more likely to pick up something that way. So I try to constantly tell patients, if you're sick, wear a mask. But if you're not sick, you're not protecting yourself, and you're actually making yourself more susceptible.
The flu shot, because both of you have mentioned how the flu you're much more likely still to get the flu, even though the flu season, I guess, officially ends, May, technically? Usually around May.
April, May.
April, May, okay. So we're nearing the end, we think, of what would normally be the normal flu season. So too late, not too late to get a flu shot?
Never too late.
Never too late. I encourage people to get the flu shot.
But it takes several weeks, right, to develop antibodies to it.
Correct.
So if you get a flu shot today, because, this is what feeds into when people get a flu shot and then 2 days later they get sick and they say, oh, I got the flu from the flu shot. But that's because it didn't have a chance to work and they got something else, or they got the flu because the flu shot wasn't effective yet, right?
That's correct.
And there's the other thing about flu shots, right? Even if you do pick up the flu, it may give you 60, 70% of the symptoms or the relief, kind of like on a sliding scale. It can make it a little easier to get through because at least you've had the shot if you do pick something up.
That's correct. And also remember that there is the issue of herd immunity, that taking the shot protects your community as well as it protects you. So it's two different things that the flu shot does that are both very important.
By the way, we talked about the sort of the run on hand sanitizer, and I've mentioned this in the show before. Some supermarkets have also had a run on Lysol, and the reason I looked it up apparently is because on the label on the Lysol sprays or cans, it says one of the things it fights is human coronavirus, but it's not this coronavirus, right?
Well, this is one.
Right, but it's not the one from the one that's developing in China, because people are buying Lysol apparently because they think if they spray, I'm not quite sure what they're spraying, but they think if they spray stuff, it's going to keep them safe.
I don't think the word is in yet of how effective Lysol is going to be, but usually Lysol kills most things that it comes in contact with.
So
it's
it may
99,
work.
yeah,
So
99.9%. It's supposed to kill most things, but
so just don't spray another person with it, though, right?
Yeah, well,
Don't coat people coming into
could
the
get
office.
a chemical pneumonitis if you inhale that too. But
See? Let's just all be careful everywhere and wash our hands.
I think wash your hands and don't touch your face are the two key things to remember.
All right.
All right. Dr. Anita Gorwara, Providence St. John's, Dr. Peter Katona, UCLA. Thanks for coming in today.